take this opportunity to thank the Journalist and Writers Foundation and Mr. Mehmet as a kind invitation to let us come from a religious background of a country that we say that we have an established state. And let me assure you that England is, or the UK is not static, and it has changed. So, on a guess. It's very heartwarming to see so many people paying so much attention to the sustainable development goals, because and in so many different ways, it's particularly good to see young people being interested and convicted, and the energy is very heartwarming to those of us who are treading on this uphill struggle to bring the world to a better place as we all live in it. So, in my presentation, there are two sections. One is how we work, how we plan our work, and the second section would be what the UK does in terms of setting up those goals. So, I'm told that this will work. If you hear me say RFP UK, that's because that's the short form. It stands for Religions for Peace, United Kingdom. And this opportunity is for us to put this name out so that you will click on it and realize that that's what we're standing for. We are an independent national chapter of the global Religions for Peace movement. Our headquarters is in the Church Center in the UN Plaza here in New York. And UK is a constituent member of Religions for Peace Europe. So we've got international, we've got Europe, and then we've got the national chapters. So we recognize that lots of people think that religions are often as the cause for tensions and conflicts, and particularly when the society has frustrations, and they project that frustration onto differences in religious beliefs. We've seen this recently with the UK riot, when emotions boil over and blames are laid without critical thinking. They're just shooting blames without due cause. So we choose collaboration over conflict. However, Religions for Peace founders 5 decades ago believed that the faith and belief communities can find common ground to work together to bring positive impact. So we concentrate on the problem-solving abilities of the religions rather than on the religious beliefs themselves. But this is a very rather simplistic map to say that we are one of the 90 national chapters. We work in 6 regions, and we're hoping to form an ever more dynamic inter and multi-faith coalition. So the way we work, is that we have these world conferences. Right there is our last conference. I think we had more than 900 members from all over the world, from those 90 chapters that I was talking about. They take place periodically because each session reaches out to set focus and strategies to tackle contemporary issues, because the issues change as time goes on, for our global movement. And we believe that peace is built on justice, and justice, for that to be meaningful, has to be sustainable. So we come full circle. Peace must be sustainable to last. The 6 priorities, they are global priorities. The top are all the SDGs. We choose whichever we can tackle in our own context, and we match them. So it's a deliberate effort. It's not a coincidence. And we see these goals as clear, actionable, and they can deliver results. And we incorporate them as vital components to our mission for peace. In the UK in particular, this is our modus operandi. We have 3 sections. We catalyze, we convene, and we collaborate. We actively spark the interests in amongst our faith and belief communities. We resource and convene projects with the resources that we have for our projects and programs. We then actively seek collaboration to reach the wider engagement of faith communities as well as the civic society. Of particular wish is to motivate single faith organizations to work with each other, because it's in working together that we see each other's values and convictions, know each other as people and not as labels. And that would hopefully bring our dialogue into action. So, working from the understanding that people of faith share a lot in common, the categorizing phase of presented project ideas, we develop our own programs. These are the global goals. Those are the UK streams, if you will. And then we develop programs based on needs and wants of the faith society, faith communities that we work with. And our actions hopefully would develop into delivering the SDG goals that we plan to do. So this is what it looks like from the ground on upwards for us. So once we identify the focus of the programs, we convene the events and we record the contents and experiences. So such as the Eco Change and Eco Action booklets, we make them into a resource so that it's available online. And although people may not be able to attend our events, they will be online accessible for all to take advantage of. So we have just built this platform. It's very new. It needs help. We invite collaboration from different people. There are two ways of helping us. One is by identifying what we want to do, take our already designed programs, bring it into the faith and belief communities so that they can take off that and develop that. And the second way is that they can come up with their own thinking, their own proposals. We are a foundation. We can help them, we can fund them, and we can take the work onto a new direction. So they're not just confined with what RFP UK wants to do, but also with what the faith and belief communities believe the society needs. So another focus in our collaboration drive, again, as I said, is to help the professionals and volunteers to work together, for older and younger people also to work together. So hopefully this new platform that we're forging was set up so that we can find each other in our programs. So you meet people that you do not necessarily meet normally, and that makes new opportunities for us all to be able to grow in both directions. So may I highlight some of our programs? The humanitarian projects are the forefront of our efforts. At the outbreak of war in Ukraine, UK funded a rescue mission, and our partner, Save a Child UK, brought groups of orphans, many with complex medical conditions, with their state-appointed guardians, so this is done properly, to the UK host families and our hosting schemes. Some of them will stay, some of them can elect to go back, and that is continuous work on that front. The UK Interfaith Youth Network has been working with Hillsong Church UK to provide a refugee integration program. And initially, this program was funded by the Religions for Peace International Humanitarian Fund, but later on in the national capacity to help refugees understand the multi-faith and multicultural nature of the UK society. Many come to the UK and think that we are mostly Christian and that they are fearful. You know, like they come to a new place, they don't know anyone, they have very limited means, and where do they go? Then hopefully our programs will allow them to meet each other, from 26 different countries we have, and we can give them a chance to learn about how the UK society works, give them the opportunity to meet each other, so that they can create a mutual support network amongst themselves. Fortunately, our young people, very active, and they are they've become interested in this work. It's not easy work because it's quite complex to try to help a bunch of people that we don't know. And where do they come from? How do you contact them and all of that? So we organize webinars with the Hillsong Church because they've done it. And we've shared that with the young people who are interested to bring that into their own faith and belief communities so that they can do those little pockets of support network for the people and themselves meaningfully grow into maturity and become leaders in their own communities. We give also the refugee guests the opportunity to volunteer for us, asking them to manage English lessons, classes, visits, make video material to prep them for the work that they choose to do, so that when their papers come through, we can point them to the correct direction so that they have some help in getting the work that they so long for and to start a new life. Another initiative we have is the Dignity of Women. This is the gender equality strand of projects that we have. We have a UK Women of Faith network, and we advocate for gender equality while promoting religious literacy. And you see the 9 panels in the middle. They are scriptural texts addressing what they think of the women. And I was so surprised to find out that actually people don't necessarily know what their own faith, talk about women and how they view the women's role in the society. This is an exhibition that we want to be ongoing in collecting more and more scriptural texts, yes, but people's own experiences, how their faith had informed their choices in taking their work forward so that they are life stories as well as just scriptural texts. We also have, normally after each of the exhibitions, we have discussion sessions. And women of different faiths would get together and they talk about it and they find out what they don't know about their own faith, each other's faiths. And they become, again, a support network for each other. And fostering the deep understanding of each other's faiths. And the friendships have opened up opportunities for further engagement between peoples from all walks of life also. We are also super lucky to be supported by male allies. I say that we are lucky because it is really an uphill struggle. And we are lucky because we have them. It's speaking out for gender equality because these mostly male religious leaders can be influential figures to instill the concept of equality and the spiritual nature of that conviction to their young believers. I cannot stress enough how that has changed people's views as they approach the work that we want to do in this area. So the UKIYN, UK Interfaith Youth Network, had an Eco Peace Cafe. This is about the environment, and young people are very focused on the environment issue, thankfully, and they are very active in these programs. This Eco Peace Cafe ran 10 themed webinars with international speakers. We give talks from water management to sustainable architecture and many more related topics. And we also run planned facilitator training sessions so that the young people can facilitate their own discussion events, and they can step up to lead discussions, and they can initiate planning for active participations in the same area or areas of their own choice. It then falls on us to support them, give them resources in their endeavor, bringing results and inspire further dialogue and action. So this year, we have following the Confucius philosophy of disciplining the self, taking responsibility for our homes, engaging the community, and then impacting the society. So it's a 4-step progress that we want everybody to be able to take. We are running the Eco Action program that you see here. People will feel overwhelmed because the environmental issue is too vast, and they often say, well, what do I do? Except go buy, organic food. What else is there to do? So our webinar speakers explain the issues and discuss possibility of action plans. So we've done checklists, what you can do as a person, what you can do at home, what you can do if you are a decision maker in your community, and hopefully we can get together to make some kind of societal impact. We also have a strand of work in the inner well-being, one of the easier elements of sustainability to neglect, that is of the self. We have been running an inner well-being across faiths program. We share the meditation practices from different faiths, and our speakers tell of how a strengthened inner core can help them live a fuller and more meaningful life. Inner faith, outer action. It's not just about shutting the door on the world, it's about entering into the society to make a difference. So we foster partnerships. Hopefully, as a foundation, we have the reach and the means to do that. The International Campaign for Abolition of Nuclear Weapons is something that our international office does, but UK wants to join in our own right as a member. And our community post on our website is a place where people can post their activities, and that can reach a wider audience than just their own website. So to conclude, these are our global priorities. On the top are the UK strands of action, and we are very mindful to deliver all the results as we set out to do. And last but not least, the Peace Builders Network. This is also very new. It's very difficult to find each other. This is hopefully some place you can enter and list yourself with your public-facing information so that people can find you. There's a search engine on it, so you can find each other by areas of interest, of work, and we can then talk about how to collaborate. And I extend our sincere invitation for everybody to join us so that we can build upon our goodwill and collaborate. Together, we are stronger. This is our QR code. Ooh.
I'll get it.
Ooh. All right. The last one, please. Right. That's our QR code. We're all there. So look us up, see which areas you're of interest to talk to us about, and welcome everybody. Together we'll deliver the SDG goals together.